So I just want to encourage you today. I broken sinner here, confessing a little bit. There have been some very specific things in my life over the past probably 6 months to a year that God has been telling me to do that I just haven't been obedient to. And I feel like, we confess to him and we repent because he makes all things new and his mercies are new each day. But I can't in good faith tell you to do something that I'm not doing as well. And he revealed to me a long time ago that, my meal plan can be an idol. These are things I try to always keep in my head. But that doesn't mean that old habits don't creep in, right? Like, we know that. Sorry, I just finished my workout and it was really sweaty and I was going to go shower before I talked to you, but I just really felt like I needed to be obedient and get this off my chest. We never create idols in our lives intentionally, right? Like, we just don't do that, but we are fleshy and human. And so it happens, like, exercise, following a diet, your weight, the scale, money, social media, even family, relationships, friends, our busy schedules. Busyness is an idol in so many people's lives. TV, anything that you put in front of your relationship with Jesus first can become an idol in your life. I hear it all the time. People wake up or people tell me that they don't have time to exercise, yet they're scrolling social media for the first 30 minutes of their day. So it's not that we don't have time. It's just that we're not making time. And so one thing that he's really been calling me on for the past, probably very specifically, I'm going to say 2 to 3 months that I just haven't done, maybe even longer than that, probably, if I'm being honest, is that I need to eat more food. I've been doing these programs for, August, I think, will be 7.5 years. I've been a coach over 6. And I believe in trusting the process of our meal plan because I've experienced firsthand what these programs can do. I've lost a lot of weight. I've kept it off. I did gain 27 pounds after my hysterectomy and meeting my husband, but that was just because I went off plan and didn't follow it. So it works if you work it. But you have to understand that when you have your body eating in a deficit all the time because you want to lose weight, your body becomes used to that and it can go into starvation mode. So if you've been doing these programs for any number of time, years especially, and you start to see that scale kind of plateau and steady out, you have to ask yourself, one, am I really following the meal plan as it's laid out? And if you are, if you're getting your 7 to 9 hours of rest, if you're hydrating, if you are following the meal plan, if you're, lifting heavier in your workouts. Autumn talks about this all the time in Ultimate Portion Fix. We can't say something doesn't work if we're not giving it everything we have. And in that same instance, when you have built up a certain amount of muscle in your body, you require more fuel, even if you're not at your weight loss goal. The common thing that Autumn's always said, if you're within 5 to 10 pounds of your goal, you can go into maintenance mode. Because when you go into maintenance mode, which is the formula of your current weight times 11 plus 400, which for me, I think is like 2,278 calories, like that is a lot. It puts me in plan D. But then God reminded me this week when I was doing P90X3, which is just a 30-minute version of P90X, I was eating in plan D and I was ripped, y'all. Like, I was lean, I was toned, I was ripped. And back then, I was new to the platform. I was trusting the process. I had seen so much growth and all these things. And then this year, I turned 40, my hormones go to crap, like all of these things start to happen. And I've been eating in a deficit for probably 2.5 to 3 years. That's not good. And I started following this guy and I've been sharing some of his stuff on my stories and in our group. And I just feel like I know that I have been idolizing my meal plan and thinking that I always have to eat in deficit. And quite honestly, you shouldn't be. I shared the formula. It's your ideal weight times anywhere from 1 to 1.25. I feel like the older we get, the more protein we need in our body. And so I started yesterday eating in Plan D. I'm still trying to get all my protein in. That isn't always easy, but I'm doing 3 eggs for breakfast now. I'm going to be doing Greek yogurt in my shake, probably 2 servings of cottage cheese for lunch, just to make sure I'm getting that in. But I have updated my tracker to reflect Plan D, and I'm going to follow that process 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So I'm going to follow Plan D for 2 weeks, and then I'll go back to my deficit program. And that's kind of what this guy has explained. And so I just want you to be open to the fact that if you've been doing this program for any number of years and you've been eating at a deficit for a significant period of time, that you may require more food. I remember one time a couple years ago, Caitlin wasn't seeing any loss on the scale. She'd been doing these programs for a really long time. And I was like, add a protein and add a veggie. And she lost like 3 pounds that week. So I want to be very clear here, because some of you are doing the workouts, but you're not trusting the meal plan because you think it's too much food. When in all actuality, we always say we want to eat a lot of food and either not work out or work out for a short amount of time. I've literally given you that. I've given you the meal plan. You get to eat a lot of delicious food and you get to work out for 30 minutes a day. So stop idolizing your excuses and stop putting so much pressure on yourself to nail your meal plan, and learn to listen to your body if you've been doing these programs for a long time. A lot of times when you're getting started and you are eating 900 to 1,000 calories a day, you're not hungry because your body's in starvation mode. It's reproducing fat cells as you sit there and under fuel. So you're going to gain weight. You're not going to lose weight. You might at first, but then it's going to level out because your body knows what she's doing. And then you're going to start to pack on the pounds. It happens all the time. So if you have never truly went in and trusted the process of your meal plan as it's laid out for 30 days, I want you to commit to doing that. And I don't want you to sit here and tell me I can't eat all that food. Either you will make a way or you will make an excuse. So don't tell me at the end of this 30 days, if you didn't commit to the meal plan, that it didn't work, because it works if you work it. And I really want to encourage, and that's whether you work out or not. If you can only work out 1 to 3 days a week, that's enough. Just make sure you're following in your meal plan, make sure you're getting enough of the fuel required. You don't have to starve yourself. Isn't that the beauty of what we do? Jesus knows what your body needs. And before every meal, say a prayer. Lord, lead and guide me on what I'm to eat today, whether you're at home or in a restaurant. Cut me off when I don't need to eat anymore. And allow me the freedom that if I am still hungry after I eat my meal plan, give me the discernment to know if I need a little bit more fuel so that I can give my body what she needs in order to function at her best. Are you willing to lay that prayer down? Are you willing to lay down everything that you know that you have already done and tried and not seen success at, and give this a shot because you paid for it? When you first commit to this meal plan, and I state this very specifically in the email, you may, in the first week, you could lose up to 10 pounds, depending on how much weight you have to lose. If you are following the meal plan and eating all of the food required, you could lose a significant amount of weight. The more weight you have to lose, the more weight you'll see in that first week, if you're following the meal plan. But then our bodies are fascinating. God created us very intricately, right? Like, we know that in our head. We know that when we study scripture, but when we get into it and we're like, oh my gosh, I have to eat 2,200 calories today, we start to like freak out. Like, already this morning, the devil was like, or just fleshy parts of me probably, because the devil can't read our thoughts. And I never said it out loud because I don't want him to attach to that and tell me that I'm not enough, because he does that enough on his own. My body was like, or my brain was like, do your 50-minute workout. And then God was like, no, Do Sure Thing. It's a 24-minute workout, 29 with warm up and cool down. Do you trust me? That's what he said. Do not eat food. Eat the food. If you eat more food in a day, like if you just like eat all of the things and you wake up and you feel really thin and you've like lost 2 pounds on the scale, that's happened to you, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, I lost 2 pounds and I ate a ton of food yesterday. Yeah, because your body actually got the energy she needed. Fascinating, right? We have to sometimes just let go of all of the things that we think we know and maybe understand that the nutritionists and doctors who spent years in medical school creating our nutrition plans know better than you. They know better than me. God knows my body, what I need more than I do. Would you agree with that? Do you trust him to know what you need in your life? Because when we don't trust the process, we build idols. When we don't trust him, we build idols. Last night after dinner, I'm not going to lie, there was 1 brownie left. Daryl has not left any of them for me. He ate every single one this week. I didn't get one. And so I ate that brownie after dinner last night. And it put me like 100 calories over, I think 178 calories over, 100 calories, something like that. So that was a little gluttonous. So this is not going to be a perfect journey for any of us. But this morning I woke up and I felt good. I went to the bathroom, if you know what I'm saying. Like my body has been holding that in because I'm not giving her the calories that she needs. I have idolized suppositories. I know that is far too much information for you, but I'm just being very honest here. I have idolized my meal plan. I have idolized my workouts. I have put everything above what God tells me to do in my life. And I'm guessing I'm probably not alone. So I would ask you to not live in fear of this. As I started to say, and my squirrel brain, always gets unfocused. Thank you for the reminder. If you see significant weight loss the first week of following this meal plan, the second week, you're not going to see as much. Because your body needs to take a quick pause and say, okay, we lost a lot of weight last week. What's going on? She's going to go through and system check, make sure that you are operating how you should be, and then you will continue, if you continue to trust the process, see those results happen. So I need you to be very aware that your body knows better than your brain, right? Because our brains instantly, by the time we get up in the morning, we got a zit, we're fat, we're going to eat the wrong thing for breakfast, yada, yada, yada. Let it go. Every second of every day, you have the opportunity to lean back in. If you've already had a donut for breakfast this morning and you were determined to follow your meal plan today, let it go, forgive yourself, and ask him to guide you in your next best decision. These are habits. These are positive ways we can refocus our brain. We do it prayerfully. If we have not yet to this point included God in our healthy eating journey, in our workout journey, in our marriages, relationships, and our finances, and we've continued to ask him to show up for us, but we're not showing up for him, it's on us to reconnect, recommit, and let him remind us that yes, he's always with us. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. But when we go on our own path, he lets us fall and fail because he loves us. Right? We don't want him to be an enabling parent. He's not. Your body is his temple. You are to steward your body well so you can go out and love and serve as he has called you to, wherever that is in your life. And you owe it to yourself to do the things, eat the things, be the things that he has called you to do. Your kids need you. Your spouse needs you. Your people need you. I need you. Your community needs you. to be your best self. And if you're not feeling good in your head, there's probably something that you're putting in your body that is keeping you in a negative state, which could be sugar, which could be processed carbohydrates that turn to sugar. There are so many misgivings out there about what and how we should eat. And I'm going to tell you, listen to your body. If it comes from the ground, it's good. I hear people tell me all the time that bananas are bad for me, and I call bullcrap. God put these on a tree for us to eat. If it comes from the ground, if it comes from an animal, eat it. Trust the process. Do you trust the process? Do you trust me? You joined me because you wanted a better way. You joined me because you were tired of doing things on your own and you wanted a faith-based approach to fitness and nutrition. I am providing it to you. I am handing it to you, but you have to do the work. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. If you've committed to this program and you've never yet followed the meal plan, I just ask you to research it. Rewatch the videos. Pick one day. Pick one meal. Drink, this is recover, but drink your Shakeology. I don't want you to focus on going all in, all or nothing. That is a mindset shift we have to make. It's not healthy. It's not feeding us or fueling us. And it sets us on a course of destruction because the second we, eat potato chips or eat ice cream or skip a workout, we snowball down this whole horrible path of thinking we're never going to do it. We're never going to be this. We're never going to do that. We're never going to lose the weight. We're always going to be this. We're always going to be that. And those are not truths. If it's good, it comes from God. If it's not, take that thought captive and make it obedient to what He says about you and who He says you are. If you find yourself at an unhappy place, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever, it wasn't one decision or one meal or one choice that got you there. It was a series of those. So it's going to take a series of good choices to allow you to rebuild habits and rebuild discipline. 21 days to make or break a habit, but on average, at the minimum, 64 to build a discipline. Motivation may get you started, but it ain't going to keep you going. You've got to dig down deep to the why of who you are and what it is that you want. Daryl and I are very seriously talking about adopting a baby. I'm going to be 41 in 6 weeks. I have to be healthy. I want to be healthy. Is that something you desire for your life? Who do you need to be healthy for? First of all, for yourself. See exercise as therapy, as a way to get out those things. And when you break down and cry in the middle, that is God removing some old trauma and crap that is not serving you. Don't think you're a psycho. Happens to all of us. Own it, appreciate it, thank Him, bless it, release it, and move on. But we have to start making some hard choices. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You can only have one. Joyce Meyer said that. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You have to make the choice. I am here to love, encourage, and support you, but I can only go so far. You are the one that has to make the choice to do the work. I've given you every tool. I don't care how quiet, how absent, how any of it you've been. If you are ready today to recommit, start again, pick up where you're at, whatever, I am here for you. I am not successful unless you are successful. My goal for you is to love yourself so deeply that you just want to go out and shine light, whatever the scale says. Because it's not a determiner of your worth. You're already perfect because you believe that Jesus died and rose for you. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself to weigh a certain number. Remove your goal weight from your brain. Ugh, myself included. Your community is here for you. Will you lean in? Will you choose the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? Tell me in the comments below. I choose discipline. I hope you'll join me.